KP classes dedicated to excellence.
Hello everyone, I hope you are aware that the Kerala Public Service Commission has released the official syllabus and the tentative exam date for the post of architectural assistant, and in this video we are going to discuss about the syllabus and also the course structure which we at KP classes are providing for Kerala Public Service Commission architectural assistant examination in the upcoming month of October. So to first begin with, the tentative exam date is going to be 15th of October of this year 2025. That's the tentative exam date, and I hope you know that this exam will be for 1.5 hours, that is 90 minutes examination, and you'll have a single paper with 100 marks weightage. And this is the official syllabus released with 10 modules, and the weightage of each module is also given in the official notification in the official syllabus which has been published. So let us look into the details of this the official syllabus released briefly with respect to the 10 modules of the architectural assistant. So firstly, module number 1, if you can look into the names of it, it is architectural principles, philosophies and theories. So let me tell you, we are not having a lot of time left out. By the time you're watching this video, probably you will be having 2.5 months of time. So you require it requires a preparation with a focus on the official syllabus and mainly understanding the subjects in the overall syllabus. So module number 1 is architectural principles, philosophies and theories, which focuses on basic principles of visual design, visual perception, styles and forms. Then you have sustainable design principles, contextual design, ethics in architecture, modern and post-modern socio-cultural movements related to architecture, etc. So this in brief includes principles of design, architectural graphics, basics of modernism and postmodernism, and various other concepts related to architectural principles and philosophies. Then you have the second module, which is history of architecture and cultural anthropology, which focuses on various historic Western and also Indian historic history of architecture. So it includes Indus Valley civilization, or all the River Valley civilizations for that matter, early Christian architecture, Byzantine, Romanesque, Gothic architecture and so on. And you also have Dravidian and Indo-Aryan architectural styles, Islamic architecture and Mughal architecture from India's context. And you have modern and postmodern styles also, including Chicago School and also Bauhaus architecture, international style. These all relate to modernism. Then you have postmodernism as well, critical regionalism and so on. So this is included in the second module with a weightage of 10 marks, and the first section has a weightage of 15 marks as it is mentioned. The third module, it focuses on architectural design and practice with a focus on space standards, various standards related to architecture, residential typology, site planning and also design standards, including barrier-free design. At least one question or two questions are expected, particularly from barrier-free design standards also. So you have to remember the important standards like wheelchair movement and also the ramp and the slope of ramp, recommended width of door for wheelchair access. Such standards are important. So you can refer to the National Building Code barrier-free guidelines given in the third chapter, that is part 3 of volume 1, and also you need to go to the CPWD barrier-free guidelines as well. So that is included in the third module with a weightage of 5 marks. Within these 5 marks, 2 to 3 marks can be directly on the standards itself. So moving on to the fourth module, so there are FAR, FSI, density based concepts also written down in the syllabus in the third module. Moving on to the fourth module, you have building construction and project management with a weightage of 10 marks. This includes the study of building materials, building construction and also vertical transportation systems, that is elevators, escalators basically, and also concepts of BIM and also project management, including critical path method, program evaluation review technique, contracts management, types of scheduling and also types of construction contracts and legal aspects related to it. So that has a weightage of 10 marks again. Module number 5 with a weightage of 10 marks again, that is building services and structural systems. From the name of the module itself, you understand it includes various building services, including water supply, plumbing, solid waste management, drainage system, so on, air conditioning, that is HVAC, firefighting in buildings, and also smart buildings or building automation related to Internet of Things, IoT as well. And you also have the concepts of structural systems within this, including RCC, steel, cantilevered structures and structural properties of various material, including behavior of steel, concrete, etc. So that is module number 5. Then you have module number 6 again with a weightage of 10 marks, which focuses focuses on landscape planning and design. Here you have focus on landscape architecture, ecology, water management in landscape design, landscape planning and climate responsive architecture or landscaping. All this is included, landscape for different climatic zones. So that is included in the 6th module with a weightage of 10 marks with a focus specially on the landscape part. Then you have module number 7, which is climate and environment design with a weightage of 15 marks in the syllabus, and this includes climate and built form, micro and microclimate, heat transfer performance in solar systems, shading devices and natural ventilation. Heat performance through buildings basically includes understanding of thermal properties of building materials or building components, including understanding of U value, thermal resistance and so on. You also have the topic of basics of ecology and environment, environmental impact assessment and green buildings. That is included in this particular topic of module number 7. You also have disaster over here in this topic, so 15 marks is a justified weightage for this particular module given the number of subjects in module 7. Then you have module number 8, which is human habitats and development theories. Here the focus is mainly on the urban planning and planning theories with a weightage of 5 marks for it. Then you have module number 9, which is urban planning and urban design, again planning techniques and also policies related to national policies and programs related to urban development. Concepts of urban design, that is included here with a weightage of 10 marks for this section 2. Then you have module number 10 with a weightage of again 10 marks. Here you have advanced research methods and contemporary practices in architecture, which is comprehensive research techniques, also qualitative and quantitative methods of research methodology. That is included in the last section. The most important note which is given finally, it may be noted, apart from the topics listed down in the syllabus, questions from other topics as per the educational qualification for this particular post, it is B.Arch. So with respect to B.Arch curriculum, anything can be asked. There is no undertaking that all topics will be covered. So they have given an indicative syllabus. It is not necessary that all the topics will be covered, number 1. Number 2, any other topic which is not listed also can be asked. So in nutshell, you have to know that this exam requires the knowledge of all the topics related to the Bachelor's of Architecture curriculum basically. Now coming to the course structure by KP classes, now we have a dedicated course for the Architectural Assistant of Kerala Public Service Commission, this particular exam for the month of October. And here, instead of having a module, because you have various subjects in every module, we have developed this subject wise structure. So in this particular course, you will have access to a total of 27 subjects. This document is also available in the course. The link for the course is also in the description of the video. You can check out that course. You can access the course curriculum document for free. You can see the list of topics covered. So all the list of subjects, majority of the topics of the official syllabus what are listed, a total of 27 subjects, including all the basics of architecture from fire safety, solid waste management, project management, building materials, construction, ecology, urban planning, urban design, professional practice. All these are including disaster mitigation management and building automation. All the topics are covered in the syllabus. A note with some important topics which other than what are given in the recorded lecture course for this. So you have in our course, you'll have access to recorded lectures of all the 27 subjects listed in the document. In addition to that, you will have practice tests and also online study material which is accessible on the app. You can use these resources till the date of the examination, and a mention of the topics which are not covered. There are some self-studies topics which you need to cover from your end, which includes topics like, so for example, BIM. It is not possible for you to teach all the aspects of BIM in 1 or 2 classes. So BIM is something, the basics of which you can study or recall from your end. Similarly, life cycle assessment, parametric design, advanced research methods, the 10th module basically, and also topics like architectural grammar. So basically architectural terminology. Now categorically we might not study architectural grammar, but most of the terms related to architecture grammar are covered in building construction. Similarly, vernacular architecture, rainwater harvesting. So these are some indicative topics which are not dealt categorically in the lectures which you will have. You can have a reference to these additional topics and briefly study about it. Remember the note of the official syllabus, not everything might be covered as per the official syllabus, and moreover they can ask you questions from other areas as well. So you can rely for this 2.5 months of time, if you are relying on the recorded lectures of all the 27 subjects and practice the tests given to you, that should be holistic enough to clear this examination with wonderful scores. These niche areas might not be covered in detail in the exam also. No one is you should not stop yourselves from reading these additional topics. You can cover that, but might not be of huge weightage in the exam. So your primary focus should be on covering the recorded lectures for all the 27 subjects. Hope this will be helpful for you. If you are writing the upcoming examination in the month of October, you can enroll into this course. You can contact the counselors today for any further query. The contact number of our counselors is also visible on the video and also in the description of this video. Thank you.
KP classes dedicated to excellence.